Welcome to Auction Version 4, the latest event management software tool from Auction Systems. In this tutorial, in the Item Data Entry series, I will show you the Item Designation Panel. What is item designation? Designation is how this particular item will be handled at this event. For example, if this item has been promised but not yet received, you can mark this item as pending. Also mark an item as pending if the item is what we call a component. A component is a single item donated by a specific donor that will be combined with another item or items donated by different donors. The combined item will later be sold as a single, silent, live, bidboard, or retail item. We call this combined item a basket, even though the container may not be a physical basket. The basket may just be an envelope with multiple gift certificates in it. I will discuss baskets in another tutorial. If an item has been marked as pending, you will not be able to print a bid sheet for the pending item, nor can you enter a winning bid for the pending item. If the item is a component, a bid sheet can be printed for the basket that contains the item, and a winning bid can be entered for that container. If this item is marked for sale, it means that this item will be sold as a live, silent, bidboard, or retail item. You can also mark this item not for sale. Not for sale items may be an item that was damaged. When you mark an item as not for sale, the condition pull-down is enabled. If you do not see an appropriate condition in the pull-down, use the plus sign to create a new condition. Lastly, the item can be marked as in a basket, and you usually don't do this. But when you add a pending item to a basket, the pending button will be unchecked and the in basket will be checked automatically for you. The next field is a pull down for type. The item types are silent for items that are intended for the silent auction, live for items that are intended for the live. Bidboard is an extra item type that is separate from silent or live. You may not have a bidboard auction, but you could change the wording in the settings menu on the main taskbar to something like super silent if you prefer. Retail is for items such as drink tickets, party favors, or even those centerpieces, where you wish to sell the items for a flat price. Bidders are not outbidding each other, they are simply purchasing the items outright. If you mark the item as pending and then choose one of the types from the pull-down, the item will automatically be changed from pending to for sale. So if you want to keep an item as pending because you'll later combine it with other items from other donors into a basket, do not choose an item type for this specific item. You will only give an item type to the assembled basket or the container. Category is not a mandatory field. You may have no need to assign items to categories, and if so, you can leave these two fields blank. But some organizations like to use categories to group similar items together in the catalog or on the auction tables. In fact, if you desire, category can even print on the winning bidder's invoice. The category fields are a pull-down that can be added to by clicking the plus sign. Let's say your silent auction will close in 3 sections: Closing 1, Closing 2, and Closing 3. Category 1 could be used for the closing, and you can make a category for each closing. If this is a silent item in the first closing, choose Closing 1 for its category. Or maybe your live items will sell in groups or lots throughout the day or evening. Create categories for each lot or group. Maybe your retail items are in certain sections around the venue. Create categories for where the retail items are located. Maybe you prefer your categories to be associated with the kind of item, such as home and garden, jewelry, sports equipment, etc. Or maybe you want both. Either category 1 or 2 could be for when the item closes, and the other category could be for what kind of item, such as jewelry or sports equipment, it is. Item number is the number that will appear on the bid sheet's catalog and on the winning bidder's invoice. Pending items do not get an item number, and even if live, silent, bidboard, or retail is selected, it is not necessary to give the item an item number in order to save the item. But eventually, the item will need an item number to print the bid sheet or enter a winning bid. You have 4 choices as to how the item will get an item number in this screen. The first choice is to just type in an item number in the field on the right. If that item number is not being used by an item of the same type, Auction will allow the number to be saved. Once you enter an item number for the first item, if your event will not have any specific item numbers based on category, press Next Item Number for the next item, and Auction will auto-assign the next highest item number to the new item. Maybe you would like items to be numbered by category. For instance, Category 1 for silent items will be numbered in the 1000s. And when you enter the next item in that same closing, click Next Number in Category 1 and Auction will assign it 1001. Or perhaps you want to number items by Category 2. Give the first item in Category 2 in a specific category an item number. And thereafter, when you press Next Number in Category 2, it will give the items that have that same category the next highest number in that category. Lastly, if this item was a pending item that was later put into a basket and the In Basket button is checked, if you decide to remove the item from that basket, you can click Remove from Container. Or if you would like to look at the descriptions or anything about the actual container, press Edit Container and the item entry screen for the container will show up. The next tutorials in the item entry series will be for the optional item entry panels. Thank you for joining us.